Hey everybody, clearing. All right, this is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in, but I am going to pull the theme today with this first deck. So what's on the DM's minds when they are considering these connections and all things conscious love journey? What is at the forefront of these Divine Masculine's minds? Okay, we get the Page of Pentacles, which is bridging in the physical, presence, justice, and what did we get? The Nine of Wands. This is the guardedness, the perseverance. It can mean, that they are wanting to start small here and bring in a justified connection. They want to meet you in this is a page, so in a simple, unassuming, not alarming kind of way. And they feel like it's coming up to this period of time where the guards are dropping, the energy is smoothing, there isn't so much of a need to keep pushing through that second wind kind of energy. All right, so let's see what we can. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the collective that joins me here. What can we see for the Divine Masculines in this collective that are looking at starting fresh in a justified way, dropping the guard, not needing to be brave and strong and aloof, seeing that it's time to start connecting, engaging, deepening? What is it that they are consciously aware of? What is hidden from even the DMs? What is not conscious on the DMs' minds? What do the DMs need to continue releasing, processing, letting go of, putting down, healing? And what is this doing in the energy for the Divine Feminine's awareness? What is the collaborative energy here with what the DMs are focused on and got going on, and what the feminines are going through? What is that bridging, energetic experience? Okay, conscious mind about the connections. Yeah, we've got this Chariot in the inverse. So this is, they're looking at ways to move this forward. These little things, it's these little things. They know things are going to change and that it is about them showing up with presence, not gifts, but being present in the energy. This is different because they have been historically stepped back, aloof. So now they're looking at how do they shift gears? What will that look like? They are sort of getting some ideas right now about what that would mean in your particular scenario. What's hidden from them? Oh, Three of Swords. This is a card of heartache. So instead of thinking about how to come forward, masculines, this is saying there's still some unresolved imbalances, misconceptions that are adding some kind of blockage to your thinking. It's like writer's block, I'm hearing, about these ideas on how to come forward. If you are feeling the pressure to come forward because you can tell energy is changing, but you have not released a third energy fully, or a way of life or actions that you typically take, if you haven't closed out karmic chapters, if you are trying to have your cake and eat it too in any minuscule regard, you're not going to be given the divine intel to bring these connections forward. So your homework there, masculines, is to see if there is anything unresolved in you that you're hoping to, carpet sweep and get away with in any regard. That can be even just carpet sweeping the fact that you don't have ultimate peace yet. Like, that you're trying to push forward even if the timing is off. Or conversely, this can be if you are holding back unnecessarily because of fear of being hurt, and there's actually nothing standing in your way except going for it. That can be causing unnecessary heartache. What is needing to be cleared? Two of Pentacles, juggling. So yeah, you're going to have to make a choice here. If this is talking about something you are secretly hanging on to, even in the recesses of your heart, you're going to have to finally be brave enough to get rid of old familiar. I heard old Greg. Oh man. And release whatever that is. Or if it's just fear of being hurt that's keeping you back, you're going to have to really risk it. What is this doing in the energy feminines? Commitment, connection, flexibility, resolution. So there's wiggle room here. These masculines are really looking at what is on their side of the energy. It feels like with this Justice card coming up that there's something on the feminine side that has now moved forward, and now the masculines are not able to, defer. Oh, my feminine's got this going on, da da da. Now that the coast is clear in some regard on the feminine side, the masculines can't actually carpet sweep their own stuff. It's not all about the feminine. Imagine feminines, how we tend to really, overly fixate on the masculine instead of looking at what we need to do. That's what I'm seeing here that they're doing. What can we see on the conscious mind for the divine feminine? Okay, the teamwork and the physical. So there's a workable model here. So for these masculines, whatever's happening in your connection right now is working for them. Like they feel like there's a foundation. They feel like you've got a flow. They don't really want to rock the boat, but this is only the 3 out of 10. And they do envision something much more here, but it's kind of reached a fulcrum point, a balance, an equilibrium, safety in the aloofness, I just heard. So they know they're in their comfort zone with this connection, that it's not going to be satiating much longer to just stay in this standstill or, this holding pattern. There's a holding pattern here that served its purpose. Before this justice came in, there was a necessity to stay in a developmental stage. Now that the justice energy is here, it feels as though this holding pattern is no longer appropriate. What is under the surface? So they're kind of feeling that pressure. So if they have any kind of incentive to come forward here, it is simply that growth wants to happen. What do they not see? Queen of Pentacles in the inverse, that they have to soothe themselves with either the fear of being hurt or the heartache or karmic connection or way of thinking that they're still holding on to out of familiarity, not out of actual comfort, nurture. So they're going to have to be very realistic about why they are reluctant to see change come in, even though they know it's not going to be comfortable forever staying the way it is. They still have to face the inconvenient truth that there is something uneasy in them under their surface that they have to address. What's needing to be processed? 8 of Cups, Lord of Abandoned Success. So they're going to have to walk away and seek better for themselves, step out of their comfort zone. What is this energy doing in the connection? Divination, intuition, inner vision. So you might be getting intuitive hits about this, feminines. You might be getting aha moments. You might be getting telepathic information about this. You might be starting to feel like you're getting bored, that the novelty is wearing off, that it's not as amped up, or there's not so much of a pull as there once was in the connections. If the masculines stay in this holding pattern, it doesn't create a charge that's the chemistry of the masculine and feminine being in the right alignment. What I'm getting is that if this stays this way, that the masculines are not in their masculine enough, they're in their feminine, in their passivity, they're not taking action, and you're going to feel that feminines as a neutrality that does not create that charge that we want to see when the masculine and feminine are completing that circuit of energy together in the right orientation. Wow. So yeah, feminines, pay attention to how it feels like there's a spaciousness. It's almost like an amusement park ride. The roller coaster you've been on just went boom into, there's my sound effects again, into the station. And these masculines are realizing it's like, do we go on the roller coaster ride again? Do I get off the roller coaster? Do we try something new here? Or do we go back around for another yeehaw? What can we see on the heart space? Conscious mind. Well, they know there's some kind of where there's a will, there's a way. They know that see the eclipse, that's the consummation, the unification. They know in the past you've had difference of opinions. Now they see the harmonic truth here. They see this window of opportunity. They do. They feel it on their heart space. They know that the answer at this stage is consummation, connection, connecting, communicating. They feel it on their heart space. What are they not seeing? 5 of Pentacles. This is the illusion of separation. So they might be feeling, masculines, you might be feeling pressured to actually, communicate or consummate, take it to a new level, deepen. What you're not seeing is that you're not separate from your feminine. All of it is a work in progress. All of it works together. You're not fully apart. Your feminine is very much connected in this whole thing. I just saw 12-12, which to me is foundational. So it feels as though both have reached a very nice foundation in the connections. I'm hearing 12-step programs. So it feels like the bases are covered, like both counterparts have really seen a spectrum of awarenesses. And it is aligning here. And many of those awarenesses have come because of the unconditional love and spaciousness available in these connections. This is known on the heart. This is not on the conscious mind. This is in the heart space. What needs to be cleared? The last judgment, the spirit of primal fire. That talks about like karmic sensual connections is what I'm getting here. Okay, so the grass wasn't greener, I'm hearing. So even though these masculines have felt like we're getting the word consummation and then we're getting, gone but not gone kind of illusion of separation, this seems to say that these masculines have tried to have carnal connections with other feminine energies, and that they are very much feeling on the heart space that the grass is not greener. This is being shown to them right now. So these masculines may actually have tried to, yet again, go towards something in the physical that wasn't this spiritually endowed. And so they are having their eyes open right now. Some of these masculines might be feeling kind of left out in the cold, lackluster, between a rock and a hard place, because only their feminine can really do it for them, is what I'm getting here. What is the advice for the feminines? Subatomic velociter, acceleration, stimulation, and excitation. Yeah, only you and your masculine can excite and stimulate each other. It's not the same with other energies anymore, not even for your masculine here. Their eyes are being open to that fact. They don't feel the fulfillment, and they're not turning the heads like they used to when they were in a more karmic alignment. Dime a dozen, I'm hearing. So something has gone on with these masculines where they've been out amongst it, and they've noticed a vast difference in the amount of attention they are getting and the way that they are getting attention or not anymore. No, masculines, you're not just getting older, you're not losing your mojo, you're evolving. Wow, and they're starting to get this. But it is because they are calibrated on a more spiritual level now, feminines. So these masculines are kind of conscious of this, but they also are a little bit resistant here. Ego and pride, I'm hearing. Superficiality, physicality, ego stroking. They're going to have to get to a more sacred aspect of love than just feeling those old macho tendencies. Heart space, what are these masculines aware of? Here is the 9 of Wands for the second time, dropping the guard, same position. So these masculines are realizing they have to give up the fight. They're going to have to start putting down the burden. A freight train has to stop well before the station because it's so heavy, right? This is like the 9 and 10 of Wands. The masculines already know. They've already seen the karmic trajectory with all of those fake news kind of relationships. Now they see that they're going to have to drop their guard and they're going to have to concede. Masculines, it's not about losing. It's about surrendering to the divine, to the righteous, true, to what is good and right and true. Instead of being all up in that wounded warrior uphill battle all the time, you're just going to have to come home. Oh, what do they don't see? Ace of Pentacles, that this is the free will assessment that is anchoring the new beginning, the new forward motion. So this is that Ace of Pentacles on this Chariot card that wants to come in. This is putting down the ego, admitting what's really going on here, masculines, not lying to yourselves anymore about this. What needs to be cleared? 2 of Cups, Lord of Love in the inverse. Resisting love. This is the, I just saw 1717. This is the acknowledgement of the love here. You're going to have to clear the resistance to acknowledging that this is your match, masculines. They are really arm wrestling this concept that they have met their match. I'm hearing them saying it's too soon. It's too soon. How can this be happening? I thought I had years. Ooh. Andromeda and Stargate, invention, innovation, scientific pursuits. So feminines, channel this energy right now into innovative things. Really use this energy to support you. Don't make this about, you've come so far, feminines, with taking things personally or feeling rejected. It's not what's going on here. These masculines, by necessity, are leaving ego-based ways of approaching relationships and intimacy and all of that. And they are truly coming into the soul stuff. This is them getting their soul in the game. And they have to go through this portal of consciousness, this threshold, in order to meet the feminine there. So scientific pursuits, mark my words, it's going to be coming into the physical eventually. It cannot be contained in the ether any longer. It's got to ground. Love wants to express and grow and become, and the love is here. So it's only a matter of time until it bursts into the physical domain, the physical reality here. It's welling up behind the scenes. Like, it's going to be that they are going to burn with passion in order to force them to come forward, but it's of their own making because of this preparation that they are rightfully going through, to be sure, and to really confront all the things that are unfinished developmentally in their psyche, in their awareness. What is the manifestation these masculines wish? Oh, they want to come back around. They want another chance. Some of them are hoping to bump into you. Some of them are hoping to have grace in the universe to be able to come forward without having to, It's like when someone hasn't spoken in a while and they go to speak and their voice cracks. It's kind of like they want to clear their throat and that before they speak, and that bumping into you in the physical would be like icebreaker so they don't have to initiate that. It's like that barrier to actually take that step is very difficult for them right now. What are they carpet sweeping? King of Pentacles, that they see you as their match. This is that life partner energy, that they want life with you. They want to live with you in shared existence. So that may or may not be in the same home, but this is, they don't want to be out of your life for the rest of your lives. They want to be connected to you in some shape or form beyond what they currently are. What needs to be released? Ooh, Ace of Wands. Okay, that's pretty phallic. So they're tired of fantasizing. These masculines don't want spank bank anymore. They don't want fantasy. They want the real thing. They've just got to get over their pride. They've just got to actually bend the knee. They've just got to actually get to that breaking point where it is more fearful to hold back than to come forward. What can we see in the energy? Neutrality, diplomacy, negotiation, philosophy. Okay, so, you know, masculines, you're making this really a huge deal. And we started this reading that you're wanting it to be smooth and simple and gentle and warranted, but this energy is so like game day jitters. I just heard stage fright. It's that kind of a thing. So they're having a hard time calming their nerves, feminines. Like they want to come forward. They're having a hard time staying balanced. So that may mean that it's not quite time yet, but yeah, they don't want to screw it up either. What can we see for the action they want to take? The World. Yeah, they're dotting I's, crossing T's. They're feeling this. We got the Judgment card and the World here. Like things haven't fully closed out. This Justice energy might not be fully closed out yet in some regard. Something on their side with processing these Three of Swords, the last remaining fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of heartache, letting go of the last comfort zone. I mean, this is the final death throes of the old lives, never to be single again. What is hidden from these masculines? Ooh, the Hierophant. So masculines, lean into your connection to God, to Source, the universe. Lean into that. Don't forget to ask for divine intel in everything right now. What needs to be cleared? Seven of Swords, Lord of unstable effort. Heck yeah. Unstable effort needs to be... And we get Orion Stargate, power, authority, influence, ambition. Okay, yeah, so Ace of Wands in the inverse here, I did make the spank bank comment, but this also has to do with life purpose and inspiration and living one's higher timelines. So this is also their imposter syndrome in love, in their soul mission. All of that is being mustered right now so that they're going to be coming out the true blue authentic version of themselves. When they come forward to you, feminines, that also heralds their emerging into not hiding who they really are, not holding their light back in the world. And so that's where we get this power couple dynamic, where we get this power, authority, influence, ambition. This is where it kicks off as a couple. And these masculines don't want that to be premature. So if they're not feeling like they are grounded enough to have this come through in the full confident ownership, they're going to still be back here feeling like there's a little bit of things that still need to balance out and close out, and they're antsy, like they want this. It's not that they don't want this, feminines. There is a lot going on here. Grab the popcorn. What can we see as their biggest challenge? Okay, healing. This is a card of children, blending families, but reunion, you know, with all this stuff, this foundational stuff, this colorful history. It's about stabilizing and tying it all in to the big picture. What is hidden in this process? Six of Pentacles in the inverse, that they still need some inner child healing. There are still some long-standing insecurities that still need to be forgiven. Masculines, you are worthy of this love. You deserve love. You can let this stuff go. If you're not currently recreating history, and you know, if you have truly overcome some of the traumas, the abuses, the disintegration, the actions, the guilt, the shame, the things, the patterns, if you have left those in the dust and you know it, hold your head high and walk forward. You know, repent and move on. Forgive and move on, masculines. If you are past that stuff, then so be it. But this is definitely the reasons these masculines haven't been able to give to you feminines in a divine way, is because they have not been in that alignment yet internally. And so they are seeing this. They are seeing this healing taking root. But for some of them, they really do have to forgive. They really do have to, you know, ask for forgiveness from the divine, and they have to forgive themselves and forgive others that have been involved in less than savory past histories. So this is the challenge right now, is believing that they can be redeemed, that they can come back to innocence, that they can fully release those imbalanced ways. What is being released? The star. Okay, so the star is in the inverse, which means right now this is happening. These masculines are coming back into the purity. I'm seeing nothing but white snow and just this feeling of purity. What the feminines need to know. Oh, wow. Sirian Stargate, Transcendence, prayerfulness, and serenity. So that's the serenity prayer. Literally, this is the wisdom to know what's yours and someone else's, and, you know, the empowerment to deal with what is yours, and the trust to allow others to deal with what's theirs. You know, that's forgiveness. That's that whole message of forgiveness right now. So feminines, likewise with these connections, I don't care what they say out there about being part of the same soul. You have your own karma, and so do they. And you have to let it be a sovereign experience. We get into codependency when we try to carry someone else's karma, or we stuff someone's karma down and say, oh, it'll be fine. Just come forward without dealing with that. It's fine. No, we have to be accountable. We have to make those choices. So these masculines are doing this on an energetic level to extricate themselves from past experiences, ways of being, connections, finally let go of feeling like that's all they deserved, or they're never going to outlive whatever it was that they have in their closet. This is the let bygones be bygones. And so feminines, you're going to be feeling this neutrality coming in, where you're truly letting go of control about whether this is going to be your masculine, about the timing, all of it, and trusting divine plan. And these masculines are really in the death throes of the karma right now. Wow. What can we see for the solution to this? Inner progress. Yeah, so masculines, this is about a paradigm shift, really asking yourself, would you like to hide behind the less than savory things? Why you're a bad person, why you don't deserve love, why you are a write-off? Or would you like to put that crap down and be loved? Love and be loved. You have that opportunity here, masculines. I'm even saying, hearing a prayer. So masculines, just say, thank you, divine creator. I'm going to put down my junk and dare to believe I deserve to be loved. So help me God. Like, do it, masculines. Yes. What don't the masculines see? 7 of Wands, that you can be brave. You've got this. You are already going it alone. You're already individuating. To be on this journey connected to a divine feminine like you are, if you're watching this reading, you masculines, that means you are already well versed in individual leadership and spiritual navigation, and well on your way to mastery. You don't stand a chance to fail. So this is just that developmental stage where it's time to cut out the extra and get real, masculines. Masculines, yes, you've got what it takes to anchor this, to ground this. You are worthy, masculines. Oh my goodness, what needs to be cleared? The foolish man, feeling like you're foolish. This is the Fool, though. You know, the past needs to be released, masculines, and you need to stop hanging on to it. You need to stop waiting and just step forward. The burden is light. Leave it in the past. Step forward. Just you in your glory. What can we see for the energy? Bliss, aspiration, realization. Yeah, they're getting real. What did I just say? Oh my goodness. What about the next 3 weeks? What can we see here? Oh, masculines doing the inner work, feminines doing the inner work. This is specializing. So this is connecting the dots with all those pentacles and the spider web, and then each counterpart being this common denominator that can feel the moving parts and how they all work with the other. So this is really like intuitive, masterful awareness of all the things. So I'm getting for many, there's going to be a lot of work on our plates. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, but it's all connected. And there is this sort of, like in the Matrix, there's this ability to step out of time and space and get it all done. So tap into your mastery right now. There is some kind of a blessing being shown to the counterparts over this next 3-week period. You're going to be amazed at what you just pulled off going through this. I'm seeing absolute abundance, blessing, things coming in, new effortless manifestation for both counterparts. You're going to be in the zone, counterparts. Okay, what don't the masculines and feminines see? 7 of Swords. That the other one is going through this up-leveling in their capacity to juggle the powers, the factors that be. There's some proficiency coming in here. Time and space bending, I'm hearing. What's being cleared? 8 of Swords in the inverse. So being all up in our heads, holding back, feeling fearful, being in uncertainty, analysis paralysis, that's being cleared. Energy of connection, Seal of Venus, elemental magic, self-love, protection. Okay, so falling in love with ourselves right now. This is the protection that will guarantee life partnership. When we actually love ourselves before we partner, guess what? We can receive and give love because that's what we are. We believe it, we know it, we understand it, we feel it. And this is its own protection, because when you're in that resonance, anything that's not in that resonance isn't permissible. It's not beneficial. I mean, it's permissible, but it's not beneficial. So it's like the frequency, the vibe check. When you love yourself, it's the best vibe check. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Whew, it's getting real around here. Bye for now.